idiot. Kook. You're trying to drive me to my death, huh? If you've got the time to speak such nonsense, then go do another loot run. Wait. Why are you taking the side of that young kid and the chief? Do none of you care about how the Five-Peak Stronghold will become anymore? You idiot. I hate all of you. Well, he's never seen just how strong Gioka is after the ranking battle. That's the only reason why he'd even dare to suggest a ranking battle with him. Besides. The 5-peak 10 heroes that were taught martial arts by a monster like him are also growing way faster than anyone can imagine. Yes. After returning to the 5-peak stronghold, all of them were determined to learn and improve. Within a short time frame, all of them have grown exponentially in their martial arts. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to win if I fought the chief now. Ha, what a hard life I have. Chief. I heard that you want to just let those Waryong Manor guys who came by off. I really don't think that's the way to do things. Let's teach them a good lesson when they're on their way back to Luoyang. Okay. The rest of you also agree with them. What are you all doing? Don't tell me you intend to just let it go after getting humiliated like that. I don't know if I should be saying this, but 000. Actually, don't want to do loot runs anymore. What are you saying? A bandit that doesn't want to go on loot runs. Ha ha ha. Just like what Sobek said, both me and Chulson also don't really want to continue doing loot runs. You guys. How else will you survive in an arduous world like this? You'll only suffer even more if you leave the stronghold. Well, it can't be helped. The three of their personalities were never quite suited for a bandit's life. I guess they've become clear of that now. Become clear of that. What did they realize? I think we've realized that we prefer to help others more than to take things away from others. Even though we were just acting as the orthodox faction. I started to think a lot after we helped out a lot of people on our journey to the Green Forest Grand Summit. The me of the past only joined the stronghold because I was too weak to protect myself. But now that I've become capable of that, I don't know if it's correct for me to continue being a bandit. That means. In that case, number 3 and number 4, do you want to continue being a bandit? Yes. We've been doing similar things for a living even before we joined the stronghold. So. We don't feel bad about doing loot runs. I actually think it's the perfect job for me. But no matter what your decision is, we'll follow your orders, Chief. From today onwards, number 3 and 4 will take over the stronghold. What? Chief. You couldn't mean. I knew it. As of today, I will step down as the chief of the 5-peak stronghold. Chief. You're stepping down. What on earth are you talking about? What do you mean what I'm talking about? It's just as I've said. Did I not tell you this before? I have a wife and child that I had to leave without a choice because I was wrongly accused of something. Are you going back to your family now then? Have you already decided on this? Well, I'm not sure yet. I had thought I was protecting my family back then by leaving them. So, I started to be a bandit since I had no other choices. I don't know if I should go back to them now after having left for so many years. Chief. I guess you had your own set of problems like Gioka, huh? It must have been painful for you to force yourself to go on loot runs this whole time then. And not really. It wasn't painful. I don't regret my time spent with the stronghold at all. To be able to meet all of you and overcome all those countless hurdles together and even being acknowledged as a green forest stronghold. That was certainly one of the most brilliant moments of my life that I wouldn't exchange anything for. Azuraskans. Calm however. As the situation of the stronghold stabilized and I could sense it as I felt myself growing stronger. You're probably reminded more and more of your family that I left behind. Yes, that's right. Just like said, I'm reminded of the family that I left behind. Well, if that's what you want then. We have no choice but to accept it. But why are you putting me and Imdal in charge? Go-myung is here too and he's number 2 after you. Ha. Me. Well. As you all know, I'm an orphan, had all sorts of troubles in the past with no family to go back to. Somehow, I got way too involved with Chief. And ended up being a lot closer than I had planned. He's decided to come with me. How could you decide on that without even talking to us first? Are we not your family? I'm so disappointed. How could the two of you just decide on all of this by yourselves? Sorry, I was going to tell you about this earlier, but I wasn't able to bring myself to say it. You guys are a lot more agitated than I had imagined. And it'll be hard to bring everyone with us. Don't be so upset. The truth is that Chief was just merely the first person to speak of leaving. But all of you also thought about it as well, didn't you? Sobek, you wanted to set up your own tea house, right? Azuraskans. Yes. And Chaein wants to run an inn. Chulson, it's obvious you'll be helping Chaein with her inn. Ha ha ha. Well, I'd love that. I don't really feel anything bad towards being a bandit. However, what? You want to stay with all of us. Azuraskans. Chulson. You really enjoyed going on loot runs with us, didn't you? Actually. My desire to train and grow even stronger is stronger than wanting to go on loot runs. If I train a little harder, I'm sure I can make something out of it. If I could do that, I could become the strongest waiter that I in the history of Murin, and protect a certain someone's inn no matter what storms come by, right? Oh, Chulson. I'm so embarrassed. I also agree with him on wanting to train more than going on loot runs. I'm saying I'll leave the stronghold right away. I just want to step down as chief so that I can focus in training my martial arts more. But if that's the case, we'll all eventually go our own ways. I don't want that. If everyone in He5 Peak 10 heroes go their separate ways, I'd need to be apart from Gioka too. I don't want that either. But we all have our own goals in life, and I believe we all now have the courage needed to challenge ourselves. Damn. I can't believe the day would come when we would think about things like that. Come to think of it, we've all changed so much after Gioka appeared in our lives. Yeah, I thought we'd all go on loot runs together until the day we died. I'll fulfill that dream of yours for you. We're a family no matter where we go. And so, if any one of you runs into trouble, we will all throw everything we're doing away and put our life on the life to help that person. Yes, Chief. We swear it. Big trouble. What? What happened? Sir Shim. Please. Stop, Sir Shim. Shim. Who's that? Who on earth do you want us to stop? Did you eat something bad? What on earth is he talking about? Old man, what is it? Why have you come here? About that. Oh, lunch. I was wondering if you had your lunch. Lunch hour was already a few hours ago. I had my fill of lunch with Chief, so go back if that's all you have for me. Gioka. Please. Teach me martial arts. Learn martial arts at that age of yours. Let's not make things cumbersome for the both of us, just do as you've been doing so far. All my life. I spent it doing heinous deeds like beating people, taking from others and even killing them without a single prick in my conscience. I'm someone who ended up joining this stronghold, even being chased after by the Orthodox Alliance my whole life. Martial arts was a tool for me to suppress the weak. That was all. But after you destroyed that arrogant mindset of mine, I learned something as I watched the rest of our stronghold family members use martial arts for the right cause. Martial arts that are used to help people and the strength to do the right things. Above all, doing that would be far more meaningful and beautiful thing. And also, I've started to want to know more about this new world of martial arts. Seriously. Do people talk like this as they grow old? Or is it just you? Pardon. What do you mean? Why are you making it so complicated when all you want is for me to teach you martial arts? Yes, well. I guess you could say that's what I want. But the 9 heaven arts that I learned, it's totally different from the demonic arts that you've learned, so you could experience energy deviation if things go wrong. Are you really alright with that? If that really happens, I guess it can't be helped. I'm prepared to do it even if it means I'll lose all my energy in the process. Well, if you're so insistent, I will teach you. But, don't blame me if you end up in the underworld because something went wrong, got it? Don't appear in my dreams and haunt me for causing your death or whatever. Ahaha. Even so. I doubt I'd really die, right? Would I? Forget it. Just forget about the training. Please just go and live your quiet life as you've done so, old sir. Wait. Even if I really do die, I'd never appear anywhere near you. Please Please teach me martial arts. What? Old man Shim is training with Gioka. Why yes. That's what I saw before I came here. They said they were going to train deep in the mountains and were carrying quite a lot of belongings actually. Sir Shim is quite advanced in age, so I'm worried that he might injure himself if he pushes himself too much in training. Old man Shim and Gioka. I never imagined the two of them would be capable of doing that. I'm not so surprised about old man Shim. I'm more surprised that Gioka agreed to training together with him. I guess it could be because Gioka remembers what old man Shim did. Even though old man Shim grumbled a lot. But he did help us out a lot during our trip to the Green Forest Grand Summit. Well, I can't deny that. I don't want to admit it though. And he did carry me to the arena, which was already in a huge mess. I was honestly quite touched by what he did back there. But still. Didn't he say that his back was aching? Gosh, my back's aching. Gioka. How much more do we have to climb? We're not even half there yet and you're already whining. Oh, and, there's something I need you to be aware of before I teach you martial arts. If I ever catch wind of you trying to use the 9 heaven arts to do anything funny, I will destroy your body personally and send you to the afterlife myself. Haha. I know better than anyone just how fearsome you are. 7 I wouldn't dare to do such a thing. I'd rather just take my own life. Well. Alright then. Let's start the training proper now. In order to truly master the 9 heaven arts, you must memorize the Jyotian fairy incantation. The 9 heavens practitioner must empty their emotions. Not doing anything is everything. When the heavenly flower blooms while you're seated, then the fish shall become a phoenix. Incredible. It hasn't even been that long since we started and he's already memorized the 300 words of incantation. Considering how the rest of them couldn't even memorize up to 100 words, he can grow at least 3 times stronger than them. Old man Shim. Don't tell me. You did this overnight. Haha. Well. 1992. The more I try to memorize the incantation, it feels like my head, which had a lot of complicated thoughts, has cleared up. I didn't even realize it's already morning. Though. Why do I feel like something's wrong with my body? Old man Shim. Azuraskins. Calm. Kook. Damn it. Just as I thought. The 9 heavens art isn't compatible with his demonic arts and it's clashing with each other within his body. Kook. Cough. K-kook. Shit, if we delay helping him here, then his life might be in danger. I can't let that happen. Heavenly Inquisition sword. Damn it. Because we climbed to the top of the mountain to train, Hyufi, it's taking much longer for us to reach the stronghold. Wow. That's a pretty impressive way of getting down a mountain. Old man Shim. Are you sober? Even if you die here, remember to keep your promise for me. If you dare haunt me in my dreams, I'll just leave you here right now. I know. I remember that. I'm someone who is a man of my word. Seeing as how you're still alive, you must be able to hang on for a while longer. Grab on tight, I'll be going at full speed now. Azuraskins. Calm. We did all we could, but not only is his 8 extra meridians damaged, he's already well advanced in age. It's probably hard for him to make a complete recovery. What are you talking about? Are you saying that he'll die? And no. I'm referring to his martial arts. But, yes, it'll still affect his health recovery a little. As long as he doesn't move around too much, then he should be able to survive. Sigh. Say that earlier. You scared the shit out of me. I thought he wouldn't make it or something. At first, I'll go prepare some medicine that's good for treating his internal injuries. But since he needs to move as little as possible, others will have to help him move around if it's needed. Goodness. Why did you even bother trying to learn martial arts at that age? And also, I've started to want to know more about this new world of martial arts. He's someone who trained in martial arts his whole life. And he's going to lose his martial arts. That's basically death for him already. Oi, Immortal. Your sword techniques are pretty sharp now, huh? Huh, is that so? Is the reason why you've been training here for a whole week? Because you were scared I'd take my own life by biting my own tongue. Of my current appearance. What else could I think of? You simply grew older by a week. Somehow. It feels like this year's spring is pretty cold. That's just because you've gotten old. Yam young. Isn't it about time those Waryong Manor guys pass by here? Arg. Is it really right for us to just let them go? 2. What can I do? Ugh. Now that this old man is in this state, how are we supposed to take any revenge? Seeing as how he's not moving even after taking so many hits from us, he must have really lost all his martial arts. How did the great Shin Yanggak, the Gummul northern sword that ruled Hunan, land himself into this state? There's no longer a place for a useless rice weevil in the stronghold. Know your place and leave. I was wondering who was causing so much dust to fly in the air so early in the morning. So it's you guys again. Looks like you're going around doing idiotic things because you have too much time on your hands. Want me to do some sparring with you personally? And no. We'll pass on that. We're really thankful you're willing to do it, but we couldn't possibly trouble you this early in the morning. Ho will take our leave now. You alright? Ho ho. Nope, it hurts like hell. Way more painful than I had expected. It's not just my body though. My heart hurts even more. I didn't realize it when I was just beating up others for no good reason. I realize now that this is how one feels when they're being beaten up helplessly. It's the time in my life that I've come to such realizations. Seriously, you're finally becoming mature but at such an old age. Enough with reflecting on your past. Come with me, I've got something to tell you. Kook. And my joints. Gioka. If we're going somewhere together, can you help me up and support me? I literally just took a beating. At the same time, Waryong Manor come and pay your respects quickly. This is the administrator of the Yang family, Sir Yang Jinwong. And Sir Yang Yixian, the young patriarch of the Yang family. Sir Yang, over here we have. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. I'm Yun Mubik, the current manor master of the Waryong Manor. Asapaskins. I'm his younger brother, Yun Sungbik. Haha. You're as handsome as the rumors have mentioned. You flatter me. You must be exhausted after a long journey here. Let us head in quickly. Thank you for your hospitality, Madam Beck. Let's meet again soon. Ho ho, we're the ones who are thankful for your visit. We'll soon send a marriage proposal to the Yang family. Yixian, what do you think of the Waryong swordsman, Yun Mubik? He's as perfect as the rumors have mentioned, an excellent and talented young man. Indeed, he was able to not just rise to fame by being talented at swordsmanship at his age. Yet he also brought the nameless Waryong Manor up into one of the top few martial families within Luoyang. There's no one better than him who's worthy of becoming the lifelong partner of your sister, Ihua. But there's something that I'm bothered by. Madam Beck, the current leader of the Waryong Manor, 7 is trying to expand their forces extremely aggressively and has caused a lot of complaints and unpleasant rumors. At least that's what I heard. Will that be okay? Father. It seems you've taken quite the liking to him. Ha ha ha. Can you tell that easily? I knew it. It seems that the Yang family would be extremely pleased with you, Mubik. And the daughter of the Yang family. She's so beautiful that she's earned the nickname the Beauty of Dingzhou. If the Yang family and Waryong Manor become one through your marriage, then we'd easily be on par with the 9 great sections. The Beauty of Dingzhou as your wife, huh? You sure are blessed, brother. Mubik, are you unhappy about something? The marriage plans are proceeding smoothly and the Waryong Manor has stabilized. What could be the problem here? Why are you making such a face in front of our guests? That's not it, mother. It's just. Humph, forget it. You must be worrying over useless thoughts again. Stop doing that and focus on making your marriage happen. This matter mustn't be delayed anymore for the sake of the Waryong Manor's future. It's not like my opinion ever mattered. Let's just do what you want, mother. TSK. The way you talk is just like your father. Where the hell has Sealju been lately? I don't see her around at all these days. I've repeatedly told her to be here since important guests are coming. Mother, do you still not know? About the chivalrous female warrior of Chang'an, Yun Sealju. She's a chivalrous female warrior. What nonsense is that? Do you really not know about the Luoyang 5 heroes that have appeared in the streets every single day without fail? Well, how could you expect to earn money with escorting merchant unions when you're so slow in hearing about news like that? Stop beating around the bush and tell me everything. Not only is she a chivalrous female warrior, she's a part of the Luoyang 5 heroes. About that. The Green Forest has been quite rampant these days and a lot of unsettling incidents have happened. I guess because of that, the robberies and thugs have grown really huge and it's creating quite a headache. Luoyang's situation is pretty similar. Kaya. Who's the owner of this place? Ask the owner to come out immediately. Why are you doing this? We already paid our protection fees last week. Business was bad today. So, I don't have any give you even if I wanted to. What? I'm only collecting protection fees here. Am I also supposed to worry about how your business is doing? I don't care if you have to sell your wife or daughter, go get us the money right now. Because of the recent appearances of the new thugs, people are suffering more and more. Even the government had removed their hands from the matter. The merchants who had lost their only hope of support have now fallen into despair. Everyone, could you please step aside? I think those bastards need to be taught a good lesson. Heavens, and just at that time, the Luoyang 5 heroes appeared like a meteor star. Soaring Dragoi among the 5, the female warrior who's known as the 4th flower. Jeez. Such weaklings dare to create such a huge ruckus. Heavenly Inquisition. Sir. Are you alright? Gee, go help him up quickly. Our second in command is down. That bitch. Do you know who the fuck he is? Goodness, that you guys are such a joke. Are you thinking about being loyal despite your pathetic sight? What are you going to do about it? Come at me in a group for all I care. I, Yun Sealju of the Luoyang 5 heroes, will never run away from the likes of you. What's happening over there? Someone took out our second in command. Are you the bitch who did that? Ha. Ha ha ha. Well, there's a little more of you than I had expected. But I'm not one to get scared. Are you trying to act like some female hero? With such a pretty-looking face. You must have lived a suffering-free life. Today, I will teach you that the world is not an easy place. I was wondering why you're so late. You've gotten yourself into more trouble, huh? You sure are a handful. That's what makes me charming, don't you agree? Who the hell are you? Kook. The first of the Luoyang 5 heroes. 8 Immortal sect Huang Donggiao. Bastards. You're in for a whole lot of trouble. Attack. What's this? I can't believe you guys are having fun without us. See, I told you if Sealju is late then it must be because she's gotten into trouble. I got it right, didn't I? The second of Luoyang 5 heroes Great Nature sect, O Jungsun. The third of Luoyang 5 heroes 7 Sun sect, Sun Sanguk. Kill them all. Azuraskins. Calm. Ha, I can't believe you guys actually found me already. My chances of achieving some accomplishments have certainly gone down. I'm more than enough to deal with these trash though. What? Bitch, or Gaudiav forgotten what fear is like, haven't you? Since the rest of the heroes have already accomplished so much. I can't possibly just sit idly by. People have gathered and started to talk among themselves. They say that Yun Seolju's martial arts are fanciful and powerful. She always takes the lead like a ball of flames, which makes people cheer for her. That was how she became one of the top heroes of Luoyang. Azuraskins. Calm. WH. What did you just say? She ought to be staying away from martial arts and preparing to get married. But you say she's a hero. And Sunbeak, you knew about this and let her be. Mother. Please calm down. I have a good reason for not stopping her. A reason? What is it? Actually. It's because of the fifth hero of the Luoyang 5 heroes. The reason that the Luoyang 5 heroes started to become the topic of the town is because of her. She's from the Heaven sect, one of the 9 great sections. The third daughter of the sect leader. Wait a minute. The daughter of the Heaven sect leader. That means. I knew it. Mother, I knew you'd get it right away. Yes, it's exactly what you're thinking. Li Yujiang, the Heavenly Sword Supreme, one of the 10 strongest martial masters. She is his favorite granddaughter, and is also famed for her exceptional swordsmanship. Kook. The fifth of the Luoyang 5 heroes. Heaven sect, Li Saman. Mother, think about this. When we expand our forces in the near future, wouldn't having a close relationship with the Heaven sect be the best thing for us? You fool. Do you really not know what your sister is like? What? Azuraskins. Calm. It's obvious she'll get into trouble with that brashness of hers. When that happens, not only will it not help us, it could even ruin our relationship with the Heaven sect. Did you not think of that at all? Even if that does happen, it can't be helped if that's the life that she has chosen. Unlike me, who is the manner master, there's no need for her to live a life that she doesn't want to. Brother. You little. Stop talking useless nonsense and go get Seolju back here before she does anything stupid. Why yes mother. Mubeek, stop sighing and go together with Sungbeek. Yes, mother. On the other hand, on the 5-peak mountain. Old man Shim, are you frustrated over your loss of martial arts? What's there to be frustrated about? I've lived my whole life in a world where only the strong survive. It could be said to be natural for the weak to be devoured in the Murim. I'm glad you're not frustrated. A lot of people have been beaten to a pulp by you, after all. Just think of this as punishment for that. Don't be too upset. Punishment, I guess this could really be punishment. How's circulating energy working out for you? I keep running out of breath. I can't even regulate my own breathing properly. Do you remember the last part of the incantation? When the heavenly flower blooms while you're seated, then the fish shall become a phoenix. In the past, Sage Chun-ji told me about this before. He asked me what would need to be done in order for a fish to experience a new transformation. What do you think? Someone like me couldn't possibly know the answer to that. It couldn't be. Body reformation, that's probably the only way. The rest of my brothers could only memorize 100 words out of the 90 words of the Jyotian fairy incantation. So, if you're able to unclog the clogged energies, wouldn't you become at least 3 times stronger than the rest? I have a chance to regain my internal energy. A much stronger internal energy than before. Gioka. Oh. But, if you die of old age before your martial arts come back, then it's all for naught. You know that, right? So. Make sure you live a long life. I doubt. I'd die of old age, right? The heavens have allowed me to learn 300 words out of the incantation. Heavens. You're a villain and you believe in the will of the heavens. One really has to live long and see all that the world has to offer. For you to be saying that. Aren't you a little young? In any case, I'm done with what I want to say. So head down the mountain. Otherwise, Chief will start nagging at me for being too harsh on a sickly old man like you. I wonder if it's because I've seen him training for a long period of time. It feels a little out of place. Gioka. What is it now? Why did you call for me? I think your martial arts are meant for swords. And not blades. PD. Heavens. You're a villain and you believe in the will of the heavens. One really has to live long and see all that the world has to offer. For you to be saying that. Aren't you a little young? In any case, I'm done with what I want to say. So head down the mountain. Otherwise, Chief will start nagging at me for being too harsh on a sickly old man like you. I wonder if it's because I've seen him training for a long period of time. It feels a little out of place. That's not it. I simply haven't been able to see it clearly because he's so strong. That feeling that's out of place. Gioka. What is it now? Why did you call for me? I think your martial arts are meant for swords. And not blades. Swords. Blades. There's a difference between the two. Yes. It's quite different. 1000 I heard he learned the basics of martial arts from Sage Chun-Ji. What exactly did he learn though? I guess it'd be actual fighting and not so much on theory. Sword and blade techniques are said to be as different as heaven and earth. The difference is huge. So. If you use a sword technique with your current blade, then naturally its power would be halved. This blade was given by our chief. When I first joined our stronghold, no one used a sword as their we. This was a present from our chief. 7 I could never just throw it away, so I've continued to use it. Well, he did defeat Sage Chun-Ji with that blade, so there's no real need to worry over that. Is it really that different though? But, what if he exchanges that blade eventually for a sword? I wonder just how much stronger he'll get. Old man. What's with that look in your eyes? Ahaha. It's nothing. Gioka, you can continue with your training. TSK, what a boring response. Luoyang Tea House, the day we've been waiting for is finally here. You've all written and left your behind, letters right. The first of Luoyang 5 heroes Huang Dongqiao. The second of Luoyang 5 heroes O Jungsun, the third of Luoyang 5 heroes Sun Sanguk. The fourth of Luoyang 5 heroes Yun Sealju, the fifth of the Luoyang 5 heroes Li Saman. They are the Luoyang 5 heroes that come from different groups within Luoyang that have decided to roam the Jianghu together. The groups that they belong to would be the 8 Immortals sect. The Great Nature sect. Sir, please take a look at this letter. The 7 Suns sect. Darling. What do we do now? The Heaven sect. Don't make such a big fuss about this. The Waryong Manor. Seolju. You brat. She wants to roam the Jianghu. Have you guys still not found her yet? But Seolju. Your mother would be really angry though, will you be okay? She's notorious for her nasty temper. Humph, of course I'll be okay. She keeps trying to force me into marriage talks these days, so I'll take this chance to show her how serious I am. Will you be alright though? If you, a daughter of the leader of the Heaven sect, one of the great 9 sects, roams the Jianghu so publicly and get caught in some nasty rumor, wouldn't you be in big trouble? Your sect is on a whole different level as compared to the Waryong manor. Well, I too would hate to marry someone who's a stranger just because my father says so. Shouldn't I take control of my own life with my own hands? See, come on. I get just how serious the two of you are, so calm down a little. It's about time to leave, so let's get prepared. Just as he said, we should leave soon. If we don't leave soon, our families might send people after us to hold us here. We're all grown-ups already, but yet there's still so much opposition from them. They're so overprotective. Even though our parents made a name for themselves by roaming through the Jianghu too. Haha. Yeah. Donggyao. Where did you say we're going first? Pingding Mountain, Crimson Wind Stronghold. They have 2 notorious bandits there, the Hell Bandit and Theslaughter Bandit. What lame names, it's like they want the whole world to know they're bandits. So, will we be joining a merchant union that's traveling from Yuzhou to Pingding Mountain? Yeah. If those bandits knew we were going to their stronghold, they'd get all scared and stay hidden within their strongholds. So the best way to do this is to travel together with a merchant union. Alright then. Azuraskans. Calm. Luoyang 5 heroes, this is our first step into the Jianghu. That was how the Luoyang 5 heroes stepped into the Jianghu for the first time to subjugate strongholds of the Green Forest. Beyond their first objective, the Crimson Wind Stronghold. And further away. The place they'll finally arrive at. The person that awaits them is the 5 Peak Strongholds bandit that's good with swords. While in Nanjing, the Orthodox Alliance. In the past year, a merchant group of the Solo Merchant Union that's in Fuyang had all been slaughtered by a group of men wearing black clothes, right? Orthodox Alliance leader, Stormblade Zhang Gango. Yes, sir. Chief Advisor, Divine Strategist Jagal Sungwoon. My guess is that those people are the Black Shadow Corps of the Yumiung cult. That demonic cult has shown itself again. And the people who saved you from the Black Shadow Corps. They called themselves the Flying Dragon Sect. But even if they're a smaller section, I couldn't find them anywhere. Based on what the survivors told us, there was a certain swordsman that was quite young that had completely crushed the Black Shadow Corps. What? A young boy crushed the Black Shadow Corps? How is that possible? The Black Shadow Corps is known to be very skilled and brutal. Anyone who's able to defeat them alone has to be at least on the level of the top 10 strongest martial masters. That means that nameless boy is already as skilled as one of the top 10 strongest martial masters. More than 10 years ago, thanks to the incredible achievement that the moon-splitting swordsman, Yun Muriang, and the Sword King, Namgung Bayuk, accomplished, the Orthodox Alliance was able to come out victorious and put an end to the Yumiung cult. They had 4 small group of special elite forces that could easily annihilate a small sect in the blink of an eye. The Demon Extermination Squad, Annihilation Squad, Victory Squad, Dubhe Squad. These are the 4 groups. Among them, the Victory Squad that rules over Jiangnan, right before the all-out war started had sent out a letter saying chasing after unknown kidnappers. And then, they disappeared without a trace. And while it's unofficial information, the people who completely destroyed the Victory Squad were the Yumiyoung cult's Black Shadow Corps. The fact that such a notorious and evil group was completely crushed by some nameless young swordsman. Yes. That does remind me of him from 20 years ago. The moon-splitting swordsman, Yun Muriong. It'd be good if a hero that's similar to him has appeared. But what if he's another huge headache? Like the heaven-destroying demon lord. I don't want to imagine something like that. You're not wrong, but since they've introduced themselves as an orthodox sect, I think we ought to first find out more about the Flying Dragon sect. What shall we do about the Yumiyoung cult then? Based on Master Gong Bek said, there are hundreds of monks and nuns that have gone missing in Hunan. There are also similar incidents of missing people happening in other regions right now. Don't tell me. The Yumiyoung cult is really performing human sacrifices. You're asking what we intend to achieve with the human sacrifices. Cuckoo. Superpower. A superpower that can help push us past the limits of normal martial arts. We can achieve that by using human sacrifices. What kind of crazy nonsense is he talking about? Years ago, what the Yumiyoung cult bastards said when they surrendered. I had thought that was extremely bizarre. But if what we heard was true, for the past 20 years until the present, there would be more than a few martial masters in the Yumiyoung cult that possesses that bizarre superpower. If they've been offering human sacrifices for such a long time, what you just said wouldn't be just some ridiculous nonsense. The place where headless corpses were found is Yujo. That means the Yumiyoung cult could be in that vicinity. Since the Victory Squad is at the Heaven sect right now, shall we ask them to look into this? The Victory Squad again. I don't wish to lose them a second time. Oh. If asking them to help bothers you, let's also ask the martial groups around that vicinity to send reinforcements as well. Do we not have a choice? Is this an inevitable sacrifice for the greater good? Let's do that. We need to find where the Yumiyoung cult are at as soon as possible. At last. The Orthodox Alliance started to move in order to track down the Yumiyoung cult from this point in time. And at the Yunhe River, in a secretive and remote place, lay the stronghold of one of the 7 Grand Demon Generals' stronghold. The Yunhe Pavilion. Pavilion Master, something is odd about the Lightmaner. Offering so many sacred offerings. Strength Demon. And I'm certain that he's after the position of the Heavenly Demon King. TSK, hearing that spoils my appetite for alcohol. Even if he offers up 1,000 people as offerings, he can never become the Heavenly Demon King. Yunhe Pavilion Master Chaos Sword Demon Chiak Jinkyung. Even though everyone uses the same 8-beat bell, the difference between 12 demonic soldiers, Grand Demon Generals, or the Heavenly Demon King, all use different incantations. And the only one who knows the incantation of the Heavenly Demon King is the cult leader. So, Lunar Fairy and the Illusion Demon joining hands, offering up prayers together and proposing marriage. Their efforts will all be for naught. But hasn't the cult leader been missing for 20 years already? What if the two of them were behind that? Baha. Them. Are you implying that the cult leader has been imprisoned by them somewhere in the world? If that were true, don't you think that they could also keep you, a demonic soldier, and me, a Grand Demon General, here as well? That would never be possible. The cult leader was a Grand Demon General back then and the two of them were just demonic soldiers. A Grand Demon General cannot be defeated even if 100 demonic soldiers ganged up on them. What you just suggested is just utter nonsense. But Pavilion Master, please don't completely ignore what the Strength Demon has said. The lunar fairy that is not someone whom you should underestimate. Dark demon. That's true. There's no harm being on guard against that bitch. Peerless demon and shadowless demon, I want the two of you to find out what the light demon is up to. Yes, sir. Pavilion Master. Why are you making such a ruckus? Be big trouble. The Orthodox Alliance and the martial groups of Luoyang. They seem to be searching near the rivers of the Yunhe Pavilion. In the end, they've come to suspect this place, huh? Well. There's no longer a need for us to hide, is there? How many of them are there? Those dogs of the Orthodox Alliance that walked into their graves unknowingly. What is wrong with the sky? Isn't that the twin crimson moons that we've only seen in books? Just as he said. The twin crimson moons are supposed to be an omen for when something is about to happen that will determine the fate of a country. A terrible omen where the fire star threatens the heavenly star. Father. Brother. Father. Might be in danger right now. Yun. Huguang Province Mt Wudong. Heaven Earth Supreme. This sign is a dark omen, isn't it? I've never seen the divination of a dark omen in the past 20 years. Is there going to be a natural disaster? Father. Have the skies gone crazy's bandit union headquarters? This is the first time I've ever seen something like this. Just what in the world? The sky looks like it's anticipating a severe bloodbath. Just like that day 20 years ago. Years ago. By that day. TSK. In the end, is it really beginning agains? Galaxy Riverbank. What are you doing? Hurry up and run away. Get out of here, even if you're the only one that survives. We need to inform the Order Union about this. Yi. Yes. Disciple brother, you need to stay safe. Where are you going? Although you all crawled into this place on your own while searching for us. You can't just walk out as you please after all this. Flame Comics. Calm starting now. It's going to get a lot more fun. Hefei, Nangong Clan. That red star, isn't it Mars and Scorpio? How has the ominous sign that decides the fate of the country appeared in the SKYZ? Just what in the world is happening in Murim? I was trying to calm my upset heart because of the awful sign. But, to think that I'd be having uninvited guests at such a time. Where do you think you dared to step foot into? As expected. What a pressuring force. To think that you aren't terrified at all, even after seeing such a large army. However. Did you know that confidence can sometimes lead you to ruin? Or Flame Comics. Calm. Isn't that the old fox of Soho, the Veiled Youth? The Nangong Clan and the Veiled Bright Group have no bad blood. What is this insolence as? Have you become so senile that you're unable to recognize who you're facing? What? That impudent. Well, that courage certainly matches the name of Sword King, Nangong Bayok. Just like 20 years ago. Moonlight Sage. How are you? I'll thoroughly pay you back for the disgrace you subjected me to 20 years ago. You'd better be prepared for it. All right, come at me. Today is the day. I'll end your life at all costs. Starting with their war against the Nangong clan, the dark spectral sect, that brought about an intense bloodbath in Murim 20 years ago, appeared in the martial world once again. Meanwhile, the outskirts of Hefei. There's no doubt. Father, mother. And the disciple brothers and priests. They might be in great danger. We need to hurry and get to Hefei as soon as we can. Just like that. The Order Union, the 7 sects and 2 schools, the sects under them, and even the Bandit Union as well. All began to slowly search for traces of the dark spectral sect. They were all getting ready for the upcoming war in their very own ways. In the end, you can't avoid the opponent you have to face. Empty Bagong, Red Sand Hideout. You've come a long way after doing trade. Great work. You must be tired after that long journey, so how about you quickly pay the toll fee and get going? And you'll always end up meeting the ones you're bound to meet, like a twist of fate. Empty Wufeng Hideout. Whoa. I've never seen such a red sky in my entire life. Just what the heck is this? I agree. It looks really ominous. Oi, old man Shim. You got any idea why the sky's acting this way? I'm not sure. Well, this isn't completely the same. But, there was a time when something similar happened. Years ago, the worst war in the history of Murim, which the Order Union barely won with the help of the moon-slashing swordsman and the Sword King. However, it still left us with more casualties than survivors and almost caused all the sects to disappear. It's similar to the Dark Spectral Sect Blood War. What? Is that really true as? The Dark Spectral Sect. Just who's in this Dark Spectral Sect for the brothers to be reacting this way? The Dark Spectral Sect. They're a highly formidable bunch. If they hadn't been stopped at that time, Murim would have probably become hell itself by now. I also don't remember much since I was very young back then. But according to the rumors, the Dark Spectral Sect began to use people as their offerings regardless of age or gender in order to amplify the strength of their martial arts. Living people as offerings. How could they do something so cruel? And, this might just be my speculation. But, the group clad in black clothing whom we met before on the way to and from the Bandit Union, and seeing the monks who were nearly abducted. I think the Dark Spectral Sect might be emerging once again. Yes. That's right. But, the moon-slashing swordsman has died and the Sword King is old now. So, a bloodbath severe enough to be called a calamity could occur in Murim. Well, even if that happens, we still have a place we can rely on. So, it should be fine, right? Of course. We have Jukha, after all. And we won't just be relying on Jukha. No matter what happens. If we, the 10 Wufeng elites, join forces, we'll be able to overcome any obstacle that comes our way. That's right. No matter what happens in Murim, I'll definitely save my brothers. No one can touch us. Whoever it may be. If you still foster a light inside you, aura, cut it down. He's a genius. Oi, Yang, where are you hurrying off to? Even if you have somewhere to go to, you need to pay up first. Crimson Wind Stronghold Vice Chief Slaughterer Yo BM. Who the hell said I'm leaving? I've been waiting for you Crimson Wind Stronghold bastards. Divine